Hi guys, it's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do this week's Facebook card reveals for you all. So, if you were drawn to card 1, we're going into the energy of pink opal, and it just says here, be kind to yourself. Now, I think this is really important. So it's almost like maybe if you've been drawn to this card, it could well be that you've almost been sacrificing your soul for everybody else. It could also be that there's been a lot of imposter syndrome. So there could be quite a little bit of like self-punishment going on. I'm speaking to a lot of people actually at the moment that seem to be going through the cycle of this, where either they're almost sacrificing their soul to accommodate somebody else too much, or they are reliving sort of past traumas or past negative cycles and almost sort of allowing those experiences to sort of reattach and to become, and you don't need to. So be kind to yourself, go easy, go steady, go gentle. It could be that you're someone that has just been run round ragged in recent times, and you're almost not allowing yourself permission to go easy, to go slow. And if that's the case, you also are entitled to have your rest and your recharge, you know? So be kind to yourself can be in lots of ways. And I think it's that whole thing, you know, sometimes we put this huge amount of pressure, this huge amount of expectation upon ourselves that we should be doing X, Y, Z, that we've got to conform a certain way, that we have to get, you know, this chunk of life in place by a certain age. And actually, we don't have to do any of that stuff. You know, sometimes we buy into this set of rules and principles that have been almost placed and conditioned onto us. And actually, sometimes it's okay to just pull back and to just be in the here and now. It's like the other day, I had a day off and I found myself doing all these little jobs and all these little things. And all of a sudden I was like, Mitch, what are you doing? That stuff needs to wait. So be kind to yourself. I actually decided to have a really long afternoon nana nap. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have this. And I sort of put everything else I needed to do, which I did have a list of stuff I had to go through. I just put it to one side and I thought, you know what, if I get some of it done today, brilliant. If it doesn't get done today, it'll get done tomorrow. If it doesn't get done tomorrow, I'll do it the next day. And sometimes we have to just go gentle, go easy, because I think all of us as humans put so much pressure, so much expectation upon ourselves. And often this creates, you know, mental health issues, depressions, anxieties, heaviness, frustrations. And sometimes we've just got to surrender to the process and think, do you know what? I am enough in this immediate space. Even if you haven't done much within your day, you're still enough. And it's kind of focusing on that a little bit more. So definitely some self-care with this first card, with be kind to yourself. So pink opal, a good one to invest in if you've not got a piece. Now then, guys, as we're moving into card 2, we are going into the crystal of azurite, and it just says here, get laser focused. So it could be that some of you guys are committing to loads of different things. Maybe you've got your hands in lots of different projects, lots of different bits and pieces on the go, and maybe it's all getting a little bit clumpersome. Maybe it's all getting a little bit cloudy. Maybe there's too much that you're trying to achieve at once. And so sometimes we're getting crossovers of energy, we're getting blocks of energy. Maybe for some of you, things feel like they're not really moving very fast. And it could be because, you know, there's just too much that you're trying to achieve at once. So when we're talking about get laser focused, pull back, sort of set the bar, reset the energy lines. What do you want to be experiencing? What do you want to create at this time? What's the main focus of what your world is about, or what you're trying to bring into your physical sort of kingdom, if you know what I mean? Because sometimes if we are just sort of trying to be a bit of this, bit of that, bit of something else, it just gets cloudy, it gets too much. So get laser focused on the things that matter, the things that are important. Bin off, let go, sort of press pause on the things that, you know, that perhaps don't matter. It's like I've been trying to write a book, and at the moment the book, it keeps being stop, start, stop, start. And because I'm doing a tour I'm designing a second tarot deck. I'm doing loads of other things. This is me in a nutshell. It's like there's too much going on. So I made a decision yesterday that, was it yesterday or the day before? One of the days, that I need to sort of shelve the book. The book will be fabulous, but at the moment I need to put the book on pause, and I just need to get really laser focused on my other areas. And my other areas at the moment, it's got to be the tour. At the moment, the tour is taking up the time, the energy, and it's all the behind the scenes stuff. It's not just doing the night itself and serving for Spirit. It's doing all the advertising. It's trying to get those tickets sold. It's making sure that the venues are sort of lined up, ready to go. Everything's in place. It's all the little behind the scene things. So get laser focused. Sometimes it feels like we're delaying ourselves, but we're not. It's like it's better to do one of these jobs really well and to the best of your abilities than to give it sort of half-hearted energy and sort of not giving it the full attention that it deserves. So it's making sure that we step our game up, and it means that other projects can happen, they can materialize when they're meant to. So I know that, like, once this tour's done, I'll then have time to proper just shove and to throw my energy into the book, and the book will be amazing. But it's like, if I try to do it now, I'll be stop starting, and it just, the energy of it will feel sloppy. It won't really be very good because I'm not fully committed. I'm not got that laser focus on it at the moment. So when we're like, get laser focused, really step up and invest fully, be in full alignment with what your main ethos, with what your main goal, with whatever your main sort of piece of thing that you're designing. So for some people, it could be that they're sort of so focused on wedding planning, so they need to focus on that. It could be a career change for some people. It could be a relationship. It could be projects or ideas. There could be so many things in your world. So you'll know where this really sits for you, but don't get distracted by secondary stuff, I suppose. And everything has a time and a space. That's the other thing. And I think as humans, sometimes we're very impatient and we want everything like yesterday, but it doesn't always work like that. So this is also a really good crystal if you need to get a bit more disciplined and if you need to just center and tune your energy that little bit more, okay? And finally, as we're moving into card 3, we're going into tourmalated quartz, which is a beautiful crystal. I do have a piece of that somewhere around in my crystal kingdom because I've got so many pieces dotted around, but that is a powerful one. And it just says here, get out of your own way. Now, what I find often with this one, it could be that some of you are fearing becoming successful or fearing, you know, that success story that sort of is in line for you. What I find quite often happens with this is people have a version of what they want. They have a goal, they have a dream, they have an idea, but they're so scared, they're so fearful on sort of turning that from an idea, from a piece of fiction into reality, that they do sometimes get in their way. They do sometimes create their own blockages. They do sometimes almost hold themselves back a little bit. And this is literally moving out of your way, moving the energy lines to one side so that you can be the best you can be for yourself. So whatever your goals, your dreams, your aspirations are, even if it feels like it's something really impossible, nothing is ever impossible. You know, the sort of trickery of our mental thoughts and feelings, as a rule, dictates how far we can go within this cycle of life and within this world. And if you want something enough, you will find a way to bring it into materialization. You will find a way to make it happen. You know, it's like when people used to say to me, you're going to be on stage, you're going to be doing tours, you're going to be doing different things. I was like, I don't think so. And as time's moved on, look, it's happened because my own awareness that everybody saw all those years ago and they could see me doing, my own awareness has caught up. So like, get out of your own way. I have now got out of my own way and I'm allowing that experience to happen. So things have a sort of way of working themselves out, even if it feels impossible in those immediate moments. But if you are standing in the way of being your own success story, shunt over to the side, be fabulous, get out there. It's time to sparkle and shine. Go for it, because what's the worst that can happen? And one thing that spirits say to me quite a lot is, I didn't get to do this, I didn't get to have that experience. So life is brief, life is very short. Don't live it in the anxieties and the fears, because you don't want to sort of eventually transition thinking, oh, I never got to do that, or I missed out on that. Go for it, make it happen, find a way. There's always a way. There's always a plan A, and if plan A doesn't work, there's often a plan B, C, and D. So things, going off on a tangent there, things have a way of coming good. So I'm going to leave that with you and hope it makes a bit of sense. Oh, I feel exhausted after that. Just a reminder, I'm not going to talk about all the other stuff happening because I'm trying to be laser focused with myself here. I'm going to focus just on the one event that's happening this Saturday. So this Saturday, you can find me at Fairland Village Hall in Bristol for a fabulous night of mediumship, connecting the two worlds in love and light. There will definitely be some laughter, there will be some banter, because Spirit always love to sort of throw that in. Tickets are £12.50. People have been saying to me a lot, come to Bristol, come to Bristol, come to Bristol. So guys, this is your opportunity to come and support me in Bristol. So if you would like to come along, please pop over to the website, please get involved. At the moment, I think I've sold about 40 tickets. So it's a fairly intimate evening of mediumship at the moment, but this venue can hold a lot more. I'm not going to sound sort of be harsh or anything, but this is one of those situations of like, support or lose. So a lot of the tour this year, if people don't support the setups, the venues, then it's a case of I won't return to them for any future tours, because I'm having to sort of look at the spaces and the places that are working against the ones that are not. So Bristol, you know, how you guys, like I say, have been sort of messaging me for the longest of times, come to Bristol, come to Bristol, come to Bristol. So I'm in Bristol. This is now your chance to come to me and support the night, or like I say, it may not get repeated. We also have the lovely Dawn, Energy Witch. Can't wait to have her beautiful store. She was with me in Weston-super-Mare, which was a gorgeous night. So she's returning for your witchy needs, incense sticks and other magical bits and pieces. So bring some extra pennies. There is also a bar at this one. So yes, officially there is a bar. Alcohol will be served. So what more could you possibly want? Something for everybody. Doors open at 7 o'clock. Please try not to come too early before, because we are setting up. So doors open at 7 for a 7:30 start. So hope to see some of you lovelies in Bristol this coming Saturday. So going to leave the cards with you. Hope they resonate and make a bit of sense. Love and blessings. Stay well, stay safe, stay fabulous. I look forward to connecting with some of you guys throughout the week on Zoom and Facebook video chat. And I'll see the rest of you as and when. Take care. Bye for now.